final chord to play. At the close of every concert, there's the last thing left to say. The coda of the bebop, where the changes finally rest, where every musician plays the final and the best version of themselves they've been becoming all their lives, through the woodshed nights and after hours jives, through the cutting sessions and the triumphs and the falls. The coda plays at last in all the bebop halls. The tempo slowly builds from the content-takeless space into the bebop, where the changes rim their race. One more time through all the things we've learned and loved and known. One more chorus through the harmony we've grown. The last changes carry everything we've been, every note we played and every jazz we'd see. The coda of the bebop, where the music meets its end. One more time through every chord around the bend. The last change is calling through the final nights. Bebop in the darkness, meeting, breaking light. Everything we learned from Bird and Dizzy's ways, everything we practiced through the woodshed days. The last change is carrying us home at last, through the future built on every bebop quest. Yeah, the music ends, the silence folds it all. The last changes answer every bebop call. Parker's in the melody and Dizzy's in the horn. Monkey's in the harmony where the music's born. Buddy's in the left hand holding two notes true. Clucky's on the right cymbal playing straight for you. Clifford Brown is in the phrasing warm and bright. Miles is in the space between the notes tonight. All the masters gathered in the coda's final bars. The last changes played beneath the bebop star. Trying to say something true against the inevitable doom of time and silence that comes for every one of us at last. The music is our answer to the transience of the past. Every note and moment seized before it disappears. Every chorus played against the backdrop of the years that carry all the musicians to their final rest. The last changes are the music giving all its best. Now the tempo starts to ease back like a tide retreating soul, and the changes that were rushing start to steady in their flow. The bebop makes its peace with the silence that will come after every jazz musician's long and earned work is done. The last chord is approaching and the music knows it too. The harmony preparing for the final rendezvous between the sound and silence, where the music always lives. The last changes are the best gift that the bebop gives. The last changes calling through the final when the concert ends tonight. The last changes were just the first iota of the next night. One more chorus, one more Bebop forever.
Bebop forever in the music of the night. Bebop forever burning with its bright and fearless light. From the basement of Mittens to the concert halls worldwide, bebop is the music that refuses to subside. Parker, Dizzy, Mockingbird, and all the great ones too built a music language that will always carry through. Every generation of musicians born to play, bebop is forever, it's not going away. The music lives in practice rooms at midnight and beyond, in every jazz musician who has formed the sacred bond with the bebop language and its complex sonic truth, in the dedicated players from their earliest youth. Bebop is a marathon, a calling and a life. More than just a music, it's a worthy sacrifice of sleep and ordinary things for something rare and deep. Bebop is the promise that the music wants to keep. Bebop forever in the hearts of all who play. Bebop forever. Bebop forever won't be dying any day. Bebop forever. Every chord progression is a prayer to those who came. Bebop forever. Every bebop standard keeps alive a glorious name. Bebop forever in the saxophone's cry. Bebop forever. Bebop forever reaching for the sky. Bebop forever. As long as there are musicians who believe in what is true, bebop forever. Bebop will be forever playing just for you. The next generation carries on the bebop's flame, learning all the changes, playing every standard's name. Woodshedding at midnight, studying the master's ways, paying all the dues required in the jazz musician's days. Then standing on the bandstand with the freedom that they've earned, playing bebop music with the passion that they've learned. The torch passes from the masters to the ones who follow on. Bebop is forever long after we are gone. Bebop is a revolution that succeeded in the end. Every bar a story and every phrase a trend that became a language and the language became free. The bebop speaks for all of us in its democracy of musical expression where the best ideas win, where the chord changes don't care where any player's been. Only what you bring tonight to the bandstand and the floor. Bebop's democracy is what we're playing for. So here we are assembled in the music's common name. The bebop is the reason and the music is the claim. We have on one another in the dark and in the light. The bebop is our language and the bebop is our right. to express the full complexity of everything we know, to reach beyond the ordinary into the bebop glow. Forever in the music, forever in the sound. Bebop forever, keeping both feet on the ground. Bebop forever in the hearts of all who play.
Bebop forever.
Bebop forever, won't be dying any day.
Bebop forever.
Every chord progression is a prayer to those who came.
Bebop forever.
Every bebop standard keeps alive a glorious name. Bebop forever in the saxophone's cry.
Bebop forever.
Bebop forever reaching for the sky.
Bebop forever.
As long as there are musicians who believe in what is true,
Bebop forever.
Bebop will be forever playing just for you.
Bebop
Forever we believe,
Bebop
forever we receive. Bebop forever, bebop forever. Bebop forever, bebop forever, bebop forever, bebop forever. Violet! The 5-spot closes at 2, but the music never stops. The after-hour session when the last paying customer drops. The musicians for each other in the amber candlelight, playing bebop dialogue deep into the night. Coltrane and Monk have been here many times before. The conversation between them always finding more notes to say to one another in the quiet jazz exchange. The 5-spot after hours bebop always sounding strange. Strange in the most beautiful way, where strange means deep and true. The bebop conversation where one musician plays to you, and you respond with something that takes the idea somewhere new, and they take yours somewhere new and add a different hue. This is the jazz conversation that the bebop players know, an improvised dialogue that only musicians go into together in the darkness of the after-hours room. The 5-spot bebop music lifting every tired gloom. After hours at 5-spot, when the night is deep, the bebop conversation won't let musicians sleep. Every phrase a question that the next phrase answers true. After hours at 5-spot, where the music breaks you through to something past the ordinary life we know. After hours at 5-spot, where the bebop players go, when the world outside is sleeping and the jazz plays on. After hours at 5-spot, never meeting dawn. The saxophonist plays a phrase and the pianist responds. The bass player punctuates the thought and the drummer bonds. The four of them as one mind thinking in bebop sound. The 5-spot after hours where this music can be found. At 3 a.m. on any given winter's night, the bebop conversation burning with its after hours light. This is not performance, this is something more than art. The after hours bebop is a conversation of the heart. John Coltrane once said about his time with Monk that he learned more in those sessions than in years he'd spent. Informal study of the jazz tradition and its ways. beats playing after hours at the 5-spot through the haze of cigarette smoke and whiskey and the late night jazz. Monk would stop and start the music just because the music told him to, and Train would have to follow into unexpected places, bittersweet and hollow. The after-hours session is the truest kind of jazz. No audience, no pressure, just the music that it has. Between the players in the room, trusting one another. Every jazz musician is an after-hours brother. The 5-spot closed eventually, like all things do, but the memory of those sessions always carries through. And every jazz musician who has stayed up past the dawn, playing bebop conversations when the regular set was gone. After hours at 5-spot, when the night is deep, the bebop conversation won't let musicians sleep. Every phrase a question that the next phrase answers true. After hours at 5-spot, where the music breaks you through to something past the ordinary life we know. After hours at 5-spot, where the bebop players go when the world outside is sleeping and the jazz plays on. After hours at 5-spot, playing through and through till dawn. After hours at 5-spot, keep talking. After hours at 5-spot, keep walking. Good morning, jazz. To the bebop age, the African-American story written on a musical stage. Every jazz musician was a scholar and an artist too. The music was a statement and a victory breaking through. When the bebop came, it said we won't play simple anymore. We've studied all the theory and we've opened every door. The complex music of the bebop was a declaration strong. We are not background music, we have been here all along. Langston Hughes was writing poetry uptown, while Bird and Dizzy on the instruments were tearing down the walls that tried to keep the music simple and contained. The bebop broke through barriers that the old world maintained. Duke Ellington was painting sound in colors rich and deep. And when the bebop players came, they added more to keep the tradition of a music built on pain and turned to grace. The Harlem Renaissance bop taking its rightful place. Harlem Renaissance bop in every note we play. The ancestors are speaking through the music every day. Every scale of history, every chord a name. Harlem Renaissance bop, lighting up the flame of culture, art, and music interwoven tight. Harlem Renaissance bop, burning through the night. The music of the people who refuse to be unheard. Harlem Renaissance bop is every note and every word. Sessions at Minton's were a cultural reclaim. Every bebop musician playing in the game of intellectual excellence on the bandstand floor, proving that the music could be deeper and much more than what the mainstream wanted them to play. The bebop was a cultural revolution every day. Born in Harlem, raised in Harlem, rooted in that ground. The Harlem Renaissance bop is an ever-present sound. Musicians past. Every bebop note we play is built to make it last. For the next generation who will carry on the art, the Harlem Renaissance bop lives inside every heart. That ever heard the saxophone sing out across the night? That ever felt the bebop make the darkness turn to light? The culture and the music are the same inseparable thing. The Harlem Renaissance bop is everything we sing. Now the music travels globally from Harlem to the world. The Harlem Renaissance bop flag forever unfurled. In concert halls and jazz clubs from Tokyo to Rome. The music of the bebop always carries Harlem home. Because the culture that created it was something singular. A time and place in history that will not come again near. But the music it created lives in every instrument. The Harlem Renaissance bop was a permanent event. Harlem Renaissance bop in every note we play. The ancestors are speaking through the music every day. Every scale of history, every chord a name. Harlem Renaissance bop lighting up the flame of culture, art and music interwoven tight. Harlem Renaissance bop burning through the night. The music of the people who refuse to be unheard. Harlem Renaissance bop is every note and every word. Harlem Renaissance bop. We remember Harlem Renaissance bop forever. We remember all of you.
Clock was on the right cymbal, keeping bebop time. The hi-hat on 2 and 4, the bass drum dropping dimes. Kenny Clark invented how the bebop drummer plays, moving the timekeeper to the cymbal in a million ways. Before the bebop era, drummers kept time on the bass drum loud, but Cloak moved all that rhythm up and played it like a cloud, floating on the right cymbal and the hi-hat sharp click. The bebop drumming revolution started with this trick. The bass drum now became a punctuation mark in jazz. A bomb dropped randomly for the exclamation that it has. No longer a metronomic timekeeper below, but a musical comment on whatever's on a wish show. The snare became a conversation, not a steady beat. Kenny Clark's invention made the bebop rhythm complete. Four-way coordination of the hands and feet, riding on the cymbal, keeping jazz elite. Cloak's ride is ringing through the jazz club night. Ting, ting, da, ting, 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 keeping everything right. The ride cymbal speaks in its metallic voice. Cloak's ride cymbal was a revolutionary choice. Bombs on the bass and snare on 2 and 4. Cloak's ride opened up the bebop drummer's door. Every jazz drummer since has played this way. Cloak's ride changed the rhythm of the jazz today. Max Roach and Art Blakey built upon what Kenny laid. Philly Joe Jones and Roy Haynes in the same tradition played. Every bebop drummer since has started at this place. The ride cymbal as the timekeeper's rhythmic bass. But Kluck was first and Kluck was brilliant in his choice to give the bebop rhythm section its distinctive voice. A lighter area, more flexible rhythmic feel. Kluck's ride cymbal made the bebop rhythm read. Drummer plays bebop. Every accent is a decision, and the choices never stop. To place the bomb here or to drop it there. To ride the cymbal softly or to crash it through the air. Kenny Clark was thinking music while he kept the time. The rhythm section has musicians all together in their prime. Not servants to the soloist, but equal musical voice. Kluck's ride cymbal was a deeply musical choice. Now every student learns the bebop drumming patterns first. Kenny Clark's innovations quenching every rhythm thirst. The ride cymbal, the hi-hat, and the way the bass drum speaks. These are the bebop drummers' alphabet technique. But technique is the language and the music is the thought. Kluck didn't just play patterns, he played what the music brought. A respondent and a questioner and an equal on the stand. Kluck's ride was the heartbeat of the bebop's outstretched hand. Kluck's ride is ringing through the jazz club night. Tink, tink, a dink, tink, tink, keeping everything right. The ride cymbal speaks in its metallic voice. Kluck's ride cymbal was a revolutionary choice. Bombs on the bass and snare on 2 and 4. Kluck's ride opened up the bebop drummer's door. Every jazz drummer since has played this way. Kluck's ride changed the rhythm of the jazz today. Kluck's ride, forever ringing. Kluck's ride, forever swinging. Kluck rides on. But Powell's left hand only played 2 notes at a time. But those 2 notes contained a world of harmonic rhyme. The root and 7th and 3rd and 7th guide tones of the chord. Left hand laying down the harmony with minimal word, while the right hand ran the bebop lines at frightening speed. But show the world the minimal left hand was all you need to keep the harmony alive while the melody flies free. This was the bebop piano revelation from Bud P. Before the bebop era, pianists used a stride, left hand alternating bass and chord from side to side. But bebop tempo made that stride impossible to keep. The speed was just too fast and the left hand fell asleep. So Bud invented guide tone voicings for the left, a harmonic shorthand keeping nothing to the left but the essential tones that tell the ear what chord you're on. And the right hand bebop melody could carry on and on. Bud's left hand hold
holding down the harmony. Two notes that contain infinity, while the right hand flies through bebop air. Bud's left hand was always simply there, never in the way of what the right hand said. Just the harmonic foundation keeping all fair. The genius in the minimum, the most with the least. Bud's left hand was a humming cornerstone feast. They say that Bud Powell suffered greatly through his life, through electroshock therapy and mental anguish and strife. But when he sat down at the piano, the music was free. The suffering transformed into perfect bebop harmony. His unpocoloco and Parisian thoroughfare shine as examples of the bebop piano's absolute design. Bud Powell heard a music that the others couldn't reach, but with his two hands spoke what words could never teach. Making two hands think as one, make everything sound breezy. Bud Powell practiced until the left and right were one, until the harmony and melody together as the sun, shining through the bebop changes simultaneously bright. Bud's left hand holding darkness while the right hand plays the light. And in between those two hands all the music lives and breathes. The bebop piano flowering like the most fragrant of leaves. Now the young piano players study Bud's two-handed art. The guide tone voice is opening the bebop pianist's heart to a new economy of motion and of sound, where less is more and everything essential can be found. The left hand like a foundation and the right hand like a spire, two hands building one cathedral of bebop desire. When you hear the piano trio swinging hard and fast, remember Bud Powell made the bebop piano last. Bud's left hand holding down the harmony, two notes that contain infinity, while the right hand flies through bebop air. Bud's left hand was always simply there, never in the way of what the right hand said. Just a humming foundation keeping all fed. The genius in the minimum, the most with least. Bud's left hand forever guiding. Bud's left hand forever providing.
The confirmation came at midnight from a horn, a bebop declaration on the night that jazz was born. Every note confirmed the truth that music sets you free. The chord changes are a confirmation of our destiny. Parker wrote the melody with mathematics keen. the most perfect bebop architecture ever seen. Each phrase confirming something deeper than the notes. Each confirmation sending chills across your throat. Confirmation of the language that the beboppers learned. Confirmation that the hard work in the woodsheds earned. The A section states the theme with clarity and grace. The bridge goes somewhere distant and returns to its home base. Confirmation of the circle that the harmony describes. Of all the bebop standards, this one most survives. As a perfect demonstration of the form and flight. Confirmation is the bebop done exactly right. Confirmation, speaking from the saxophone. Confirmation that you're never really alone. When the bebop changes, speak inside your chest. Confirmation that the music passed the test. Every A section a return to what is true. Every bridge a journey and a point of view. When the final chorus lands on that last change. Confirmation that the music's in its range. To confirm a truth through music is the highest art. Every confirmation comes directly from the heart. The theory and the feeling fused in perfect whole. The head arrangement, confirmation of the soul. You can learn the melody and play it note by note. But confirmation of the jazz lives in the throat. The feeling and the music must become the same. Confirmation that you know the bebop's holy name. Modulates and takes us somewhere new. Confirmation that the harmony can take you through any key and any chord and any time signature too. The bebop confirmation always rings eternally true. Come back to the A section and confirm the theme once more. Confirmation of the melody we played before. The circle of the music and the circle of the life, both confirmed by bebop through the beauty and the strife. Every time I hear that bebop standard played again, I feel a confirmation moving through my body then. Like a truth that needs no argument or careful proof, the music of confirmation is the absolute aloof. Evidence that human beings touch the infinite. When Charlie Parker played his horn with genius innate, the confirmation echoes through the decade long gone by. Confirmation of the bebop reaching up to sky. Confirmation speaking from the saxophone. Confirmation that you're never really alone. When the bebop changes, speak inside your chest. Confirmation that the music passed the test. Every section a return to what is true. Every bridge a journey and a point of view. When the final chorus lands on that last change, confirmation that the music's forever in its range. Confirmation, yes, confirmation, always. Section to take that to confirm it. Up on 108th Street in Harlem on a Monday night, the musicians gathered after hours for a musical fight. Minton's Playhouse basement and the jam was going strong. Anyone who thought they had the chops could play along. Bird and Dizzy, Monk and Cluck were regulars inside, while lesser players tried to cut them and were set aside. Bebop language formed itself inside those sweaty walls. From midnight until morning in those legendary halls, they'd play the changes fast on purpose just to keep the weak away. Only those who really knew their harmony could stay. And if you came in swinging something that you hadn't earned, you'd leave Minton's Playhouse with a very hard lesson learned. But if you had the stuff and you could navigate the maze, the greats would nod their heads to you in admiring praise. A compliment from Bird or Monk was worth 1,000 gold. You'd earned your place inside the bebop story to be told. Minton's Playhouse calling through the Harlem night, all the bebop soldiers ready for the fight. Where the music separated wheat and chaff, where the chord changes cut the players half. Minton's Playhouse, where the bebop was born, where the jazz tradition was being retorn into something new and fierce and modern and bright. Minton's Playhouse burning in the night. Henry Minton opened up the place in '38, and Teddy Hill, the band leader, helped make the venue great. Monday nights were special when the session took its form, playing through the repertoire before the bebop storm. The musicians swapped their ideas across the bandstand floor. Every night a laboratory opening a new door. What they built in Minton's basement changed the world of jazz. Bebop was the answer to the question that it has. Now the building still exists, though Minton's closed long since. Every jazz musician knows the story makes them wince, with longing for a time when music moved so fast, when the cutting session meant the music had to last. The spirit of those sessions lives in conservatories, in the woodshed practices and midnight glory stories. When you're shedding changes at the speed the masters played, you're sitting in at Minton's with the choice the masters made. The stories from those sessions have become the stuff of legend. Every note that Parker played was perfectly embedded in the DNA of modern jazz that followed after, built on all the midnight oil and all the bebop laughter. Now we study Minton's like a sacred temple ground, where the holy scripture of the bebop's to be found. Monday nights in Harlem when the jazz was being made, the greatest music laboratory of the jazz crusade. Minton's Playhouse calling through the Harlem night, all the bebop soldiers ready for the fight. Where the music separated wheat and chaff, where the chord changes cut the players half. Minton's Playhouse, where the bebop was born, where the jazz tradition was being retorn into something new and fierce and modern and bright. Minton's Playhouse, burning through time's eternal night. Memphis Playhouse, calling through the Harlem night. All the bebop soldiers ready for the fight. Where the music separated wheat and chaff, where the chord changes cut the player's half.
The changes come so fast you barely have a breath, running through the harmony like flirting close with death. Every bar another challenge, every phrase a race, keeping up the tempo while maintaining perfect grace. Chromatic runs ascending through the altered scale, bebop fingers flying where the slow musicians fail. 200 bars of music in a minute's worth of air, only the most dedicated bebop players dare. Cut time and double time and trading fours around, every musician laying down a bebop sound. The bassist plays a walking line that never stops for rest. The drummer's polyrhythmic fills are putting you to test. Piano player's right hand blurs in bebop velocity. The left hand holds the harmony with proud ferocity. And above it all the saxophone sings out above the fray. Fast changes are the price you pay to play the bebop way. Fast changes burning through the night, bebop at the speed of blinding light. Every note a calculation, deep and true. Fast changes telling everything we knew. 16th notes cascading through the air, only bebop players going there. Live or die by what your fingers know. Fast changes are the bebop's ultimate show. Practice rooms at midnight with a metronome ticked high. The woodshed is a temple where the bebop players cry. For every hour practiced is an hour closer to the speed and fluency the bebop masters knew. Skills in all 12 keys until they live beneath your skin. Heart rejoice through chord progressions thick and thin. Then when the gig arrives you can't forget the work you've done, and let the bebop run beneath the bright spotlight sun. Won't slow down. The fastest bebop players are the champions of the town. But speed without expression is a hollow, empty thing. It's the music inside the speed that makes the bebop sing. Parker played at breakneck speed and still the feeling showed. Every fast lick Parker played was loaded down with soul. So find the music in the velocity you've earned. The feeling is the bebop lesson ultimately learned. innocent line on the bebop head, the way we started out. Fast changes through the final bar without a single doubt. The drummer hits the final accent and the music stops. The audience erupts before the silence fully drops. Fast changes are the lifeblood of the bebop world. Tonight the bebop flag was lifted high and proud and full. Fast changes burning through the night. Bebop at the speed of blinding light. Every note a calculation, deep and true. Fast changes telling everything we knew. 16th notes cascading through the air. Only bebop players going there. Live or die by what your fingers know. Fast changes are the bebop's ultimate show. Fast changes, never slowing down. Fast changes, fastest in town. That's bebop.
The city never sleeps when bop is in the air. Music dripping from the windows, bebop everywhere. The clubs are packed at midnight and the players hit the stand. Every jazz musician in the city plays firsthand. Rhythm changes underneath the melody so bright. The bebop city's burning with a fierce and fearless light. From the uptown venues to the downtown basement bars, the bebop players underneath the neon city stars. The bassist counts the tempo and the drummer locks it in. The piano player voicings make the whole thing start to spin. Now the saxophone steps forward to the microphone alone, playing bebop lines that cut directly to the bone. The audience is transfixed by the virtuosity. The music moves at lightning speed with graceful clarity. Every 16th note in place and every phrase complete. Bop City nights are burning with this irresistible beat. Bop City nights, alive and swinging hard. Jazz musicians playing every card. Trumpet and the saxophone together rise. Bebop melodies ascending to the skies. Bop City nights, the rhythm never waits. Music pouring open through the golden gates. Every bar a doorway to a world inside. Bop City nights, the place where beboppers hide. for one quick drink, then back up on the bandstand before anyone can blink. The next tune is a ballad, but a bebop ballad still. Every chord an adventure and a harmonic thrill. Tritone substitutions where you least expect to find a reharmonization blowing open every mind. The form is 32 bars, but the music stretches wide beyond the written changes into something deep inside. Now the city's getting louder and the music getting hotter. Every musician playing things they know they hadn't oughta. The drummer's burning through the skins and breaking every rule. The bassist walking faster just to keep the music cool. Piano player's left hand locked in a rhythmic groove. Right hand running bebop lines in one unbroken move. This is what the masters meant when they said play it true. Bop City nights are everything they're always taking you through. The clock on the wall says 4 a.m. but nobody's leaving yet. The music's too compelling and the groove is too well set. Another chorus through the changes just to make it right. Another bebop head arrangement ending this bright night. The trumpet and the saxophone come back in unison, playing through the final chord progression, having won. The audience is standing and the music starts to fade. This is what the Bop City nights were perfectly made. Bop City nights, live and swinging hard. Jazz musicians playing every card. Trumpet and the saxophone together rise. Bebop melodies ascending to the sky. Bop City nights, the rhythm never waits. Music pouring open through the golden gates. Every bar a doorway to a world inside. Bop City nights, forever be our guide. Bop City nights, the music never ends. Bop City nights, where every player bends. Bop City, good night.
The bird took flight from Kansas City skies. His alto sax ascending where no other musician flies. He studied all the chord changes every single night, until the bebop language came to him burning bright. From Harlem to Chicago and then back to New York town, Charlie Parker played his alto and he never let it down. Coco was the challenge, ornithology the test. The bird proved to the world that bebop was the best. Yardbird in the alley with a chicken bone in hand. The story goes he got his nickname from the contraband. But music was his calling from the earliest of days. He'd woodshade on the alto in 1,000 different ways. Lester Young had showed him something in the tenor sound, but Charlie took it further and he pushed the music down into brand new territory, unexplored and wild. The bebop era dawned the day Bird played his first jazz style. Birds fly through the changes, hear him soar and sing. Alto saxophone cutting through everything. Every phrase he played left ordinary far behind. Bird's flight was a journey through the musical mind, over chord progression swift and hard to follow. Follow through the harmony, Bird would swoop and swallow. Swallow every note a feather from an angel's wing. Bird's flight through the music made the whole world ring. section barely kept the tempo in its place. Augmented chords and altered scales came pouring from his belt. Chromatic passing tones that only Bird could ever tell. The melody was hidden in the bebop's tangled vines, but Charlie found it every time and played between the lines. At 34 years old, his body worn and broken, but his spirit free and bold, leaving behind recordings that will never fade away. Parker's mood and confirmation played to this very day. When you hear that alto sax cry out across the night, remember Charlie Parker and the way he set things right. He gave us all a language and a way to feel the blues. When you're living bebop, there is nothing left to lose. His disciples carried on the bebop torch he lit. Cannonball and Sonny and so many more who'd sit in the woodshed practicing the language Bird had made, learning all the bird licks so the memory wouldn't fade. Now the conservatories teach the Parker solos whole, transcribing every accent, every quaver, every soul. But Bird was playing freely from a place nobody knows. The bebop spirit in him was the reason that he glows. Birds fly through the changes, hear him soar and sing. Alto saxophone cutting through everything. Every phrase he played left ordinary far behind. Bird's flight was a journey through the musical mind. Over chord progression, swift and hard to follow. Through the harmony, Bird would swoop and swallow. Every note a feather from an angel's wing. Bird's flight through the music made the whole world ring. So lift your instrument and let the bebop take control. Let the chord changes guide you and the rhythm free your soul. Find the inner bird that lives inside your fingertips. Let the bebop language flow from out your instrument's lips. Every night you practice is a night you pay your dues. Every chord you master is a battle that you choose. Fly like Bird flew over all the jazz clubs in New York. Let the bebop spirit in your music tell its talk. Bird took flight. Took flight. Bird took flight. Took flight.
Down on 52nd Street where the music never stops, the trumpet players blowing from the bottom to the tops. Dizzy, he's got the cheeks puffed out and blowing all night long. Every bebop phrase he plays becomes a brand new song. The neon lights are glowing amber, red and blue. Every jazz musician's got a story breaking through. Smoking whiskey, press suits and a bass that walks the floor. 52nd Street is everything we've all been waiting for. The doorman at the jazz club waves the beboppers in. The rhythm section's warming up and ready to begin. Piano players running through his voicings one by one. augmented 11ths and altered dominance just for fun. The drummer polishes the hi-hat and the snare. Upright basses rose and dusted, filling up the air. The audience is leaning in to catch each fleeting note. When the trumpet player blows, you feel the music in your throat. Deep 52nd Street blues ringing in my ears. Bebop in the midnight, washing away my fears. Every note a pathway through the harmony. 52nd Street blues playing wild and free. Trumpet crying high notes into neon skies. Bebop rhythm swinging where the music flies. All the greats were playing here in 45. 52nd Street blues keeping jazz alive. Club and Kelly's Stables too. The beat rap revolution changed the music through and through. Parker and Gillespie crafted something new and bold. Parklets enough to carry all the stories to be told. The older jazzmen shook their heads and said it couldn't last. But bebop burned so brightly that it swallowed up the past. Now every jazz musician owes a debt to those who played on 52nd Street before the music started to fade. Play on through 3 a.m. on 52nd Street. The bebop feeling's true. The piano player's sweating through his jacket and his shirt. Every chord he voices cuts the harmony like dirt. The trumpet player signals for the final run through now. Head back in from the top while everybody bows. The audience applauds with recognition deep and true. On 52nd Street, the bebop always gets you through. 52nd Street blues ringing in my ears. Bebop in the midnight, washing away my fears. Every note a pathway through the harmony. 52nd Street blues playing wild and free. Trumpet crying high notes into neon skies. Bebop rhythm swinging when where the music flies. All the greats were playing here in 45. 52nd Street blues keeping jazz alive. Now the street is different, but the music carries on. The spirit of the bebop lives in every jazz musician's song. When you hear that alto sax cut through the city night, you know the bebop masters got it perfectly right. Study all the changes till they live inside your hands. Play the music freely till the whole world understands. 52nd Street is history, but bebop won't be done as long as there are musicians playing under sun. 52nd Street blues ringing in my ears. Bebop in the midnight, washing away my fears. Every note a pathway through the harmony. 52nd Street blues playing wild and free. Trumpet crying high notes into neon skies. Bebop rhythm swinging where the music
music flies. All the greats were playing here in 45 feet. 52nd Street Blues, keeping jazz alive. Artistic street blues, never gonna die. 52nd Street Blues, reaching for the sky. Street blues, play more for the music leaves. Midnight, it's the city and the changes start to fly. DM7 to D7 and C my 7 reaching for the sky. The saxophone cries out a melody of pain. Tritone substitution falling like the rain. Charlie showed us pathways through a chromatic maze. Dizzy blew the trumpet through those fast bebop days. Every note a story, every rest a breath, playing through the changes like we're dancing close with death. 5/8 progression running through my mind. Flat 9 on the dominant, leaving fear behind. Augmented chords and altered tones collide in the belly of the bebop where the masters hide. Midnight chord changes, let them take you higher. Bebop flames are burning, set your soul on fire. Every substitution tells a different tale when the saxophones are crying and the trumpets wail. Midnight chord changes running through the night. All the jazz musicians keeping music right, playing through the darkness till the morning light. Midnight chord changes feel so out of sight. Bird was on the alto when he laid them changes down. Monk was at the piano painting sounds across the town. Bud Powell's left hand locked the rhythm down so tight. Max Roach on the drums was keeping everyone in sight. The harmony moved faster than the eye can see. Bebop is a language only some musicians free. From the A section heading to the bridge we go. Back around the changes with a bebop glow. The operation running through my mind. Flat 9 on the dominant, leaving fear behind. Augmented chords and altered tones collide in the belly of the bebop where the masters hide. Midnight chord changes, let them take you higher. Bebop flames are burning, set your soul on fire. Every substitution tells a different tale when the saxophones are crying and the trumpets wail. Midnight chord changes running through the night. All the jazz musicians keeping music right, playing through the darkness till the morning light. Midnight chord changes feel so out of sight. Modulate to the relative minor key. The tension builds like thunder in the harmony. A flat major seventh and bebop music, this is jazz to me. We came from Harlem, 52nd Street, the scene. Minton's Playhouse basement where the bebop dream was seen. Jamming through the midnight till the early morning dew. Only musicians who could cut the changes through. No sheet music needed when you've learned the language well. The language of the bebop has a story just to tell. Improvise your freedom on the chord changes tonight. Let the music take you to a transcendental height. Midnight chord changes, let them take you higher. Bebop flames are burning, set your soul on fire. Every substitution tells a different tale. When the saxophones are crying and the trumpets wail. Midnight chord changes run through the night. All the jazz musicians keep the music right. Playing through the darkness till the morning light. Midnight chord changes feel so out of sight. Change.